If I had to say what's my favorite style of video, hands down, it's review videos. Why? Because they are so versatile and easy to make. Now, I have been making content for many years, and I am part of the Amazon Influencer Program. And in that program, we gotta make a lot of review videos so that we get high conversion rates to make some sales. Now, if that's something you're looking to do, then you actually clicked on the right video, because I'm gonna show you some different tips and tricks to help make your video stand out so much more. This way, you can make that money, whether it's a side income, part-time, or maybe you're gonna do this full-time, and get that content going. Now, the first thing I gotta say when it comes to doing proper Amazon influencer review style videos is you have to be able to tell a story. I can't tell you how many times, countlessly, I see an Amazon video starting off like this. Hey guys, today I'm gonna be reviewing this Nintendo Switch remote. Now, I got this remote because I needed a new remote to play my Nintendo Switch. So yeah, I got this remote. Now, I can say that I like the color and the buttons they press really good. So if that's the case scenario and that's what you're looking for, you should get this remote. So there's a good fraction of the time that I am seeing people doing exactly that. They're turning around and instead of telling a story that makes it compelling and locks you in, they're telling you that they're going to be reviewing this product. Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the person clicking on that video already knows you're reviewing the product. That's why they're going to review videos. Now, if you want to make a video and you want it to be compelling, you want something that's going to lock in somebody's attention. Now, for example, for something like a Nintendo Switch remote, I would start off with something using my son, saying that I needed to get a new remote control because of my son, or Minecraft. I love to play Minecraft and I utilize it a lot, and I actually think I use Minecraft and my kid when it comes to reviewing this exact remote on Amazon. Now, the best part about this universal remote is that even my 5-year-old son knows how to use it. If I zoom in on the right, you can see the X, Y, A, B, and then I went in on the left side and you can see the standard left, right, and the toggles. Great for 2-player Minecraft. I am definitely a happy camper. I am not afraid to tell a story because here's the one thing you want. You don't just want the clicks, you want people to stay in your video. And if they're not staying in for 30 seconds and they're dipping out, well, you're not gonna get that commission even if they put that item inside their basket, because they need to be locked in for 30 seconds or more. So because of that, if you're going to be starting off your video saying, hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing X, Y, and Z, and the reason why I bought this, no, they're probably going to click off right away, especially if they have an attention span like myself that gets bored very easy. Don't be afraid to tell a story to your customer because you want to lock them in, and that's definitely going to help when it comes to your conversion rates. So something that definitely turns me off on a video when I'm watching it is when I'm seeing somebody talking about the product and they're showing me that there's this L2 or R2 or L2, and well, they're backwards, but either way, that they're showing me that there's buttons on it, but they're not showing me it. How do you fix that? With B-roll content. Now, B-roll is exactly what you're seeing right now. I'm talking, but you're seeing the content of the remote. Now, the benefit of this is that I can tell you a story while I'm showing you a product and I can keep your interest. Now, the best part about B-roll footage is it zooms in on a lot of detail of the product. For example, that remote control, I love that it has textured handles. But if I'm sitting here and I'm showing you that it has textured handles, sure, I can see within the camera right now, you can see a little bit of it, but guess what? My autofocus is actually on me. It's not on the remote control. I'm gonna have to take the autofocus away. Now, you can keep on talking and I can go like this and I can try to get my autofocus, there you go, to go onto it, and that's a great way how to do B-roll. But if you take the time to do separate B-roll content, which is just you filming the product separately in different angles in different ways, then you're surely going to keep the attention of your audience more so you can gain those 30 seconds, get the item in your basket, and get that commission. Now, when it comes to dabbling on B-roll, my favorite, absolute favorite type of B-roll footage is with natural lighting. I cannot express to you how many videos I do utilizing natural light. It's not like right now where I have soft boxes on me and it can be pretty harsh amongst my face. But when it comes to my videos, I do faceless videos by choice. So I can take the products outside, I can do them near a window, and I'm gonna get a lot more better color depth within my videos. Because you have soft colors and you have more harsh colors. You have cold lights and you have warm lights. And for me, when I'm making my content, the warm lights that kind of give that orange tint is what will come across if your lighting is not proper. So by using natural light, throwing that in together with that B-roll footage, you are now aiming to get the best product review you can because you're showing it in its true natural element. Now I see this one far too often when I'm watching review videos, and that is people showcasing only the good and not the bad. Here's the thing, we're reviewers, we're not sellers. Don't try to be a seller. Somebody will gain access to that and figure that out pretty quickly, especially if they can see through the way how you're talking in the video. Now, showing imperfections of a product is not wrong. And also, it's not likely to get somebody not to buy that product. If anything, if they really want that product and they were going to be sold on it to begin with, they probably know it's going to come with some imperfections. And it takes the reviewers like us to showcase that. For example, I did a video about a delivery bag, and I mentioned that this one specific delivery bag, I did not want anybody to buy it because it was nothing but loose end strings, and nobody wants a delivery bag that has strings that aren't going to stay intact when you're delivering things. So I mention it in a video. Or one I recently did about a razor. Great razor. I love that it has soap on it and you don't have to use shave cream. But the imperfections is, the truth is, the hair is going to get trapped in the razor, and that's not very hygienic. I'm not afraid to showcase the imperfections amongst these review products because this is essential for your buyers to know, because otherwise all you're going to make it sound like is you're just trying to oversell yourself, and you risk not selling the product. Now, when it comes to duration of the video, you don't want too long and you don't want too short. Now, for most of my videos, I aim between 1 to 3 minutes. And here's what I've noticed. Most of my videos are 1.5 minutes, and my average view duration is at least 50 seconds long. Now, that's a pretty good average view duration, considering the fact that we need 30 seconds to get into the basket for us to make that sale. So if I'm getting 50 as an average, then that means my turnaround is I'm probably going to get the commission over the next guy because I have kept my audience locked in. But if you're going over 3 minutes, it's really hard to keep the attention. A lot of people are looking for specific things in review videos. And if you're hitting that in the 1 to 3 minute mark, you're most likely keeping their attention. But don't be afraid for the occasional video where you go that extra mile. If you're doing an unboxing, an assembling, and then a review, it's totally understandable for it to be a longer duration video. There is no wrong answer, but majority of us that are making these videos, we've noticed the sweet spot is that 1 to 3 minute mark. Now, this last one has basically 2 for the price of 1. It's 1, be original. You gotta be yourself. You wanna be more authentic, whether you're on the camera or off the camera, so that you can truly relate to these people. Remember, we're trying to get ranked on the carousel or in the review section on the bottom, but the one thing you don't want is for people not to be able to connect with you. That's the thing. You're not trying to sell to Amazon. You're trying to sell to people. So don't be afraid to laugh in your videos or to show a smile if you're in the videos. Or what I do a lot is I do voiceover because mine are faceless. And I'm not afraid to show that I'm grinning in the background at some of the things that I say. All you want to do is be original and show a smile, because this way the people that are watching your videos, they can connect not more just with you, but maybe with your product altogether. If you take all these steps and you combine them together, I guarantee you that you're going to start making more proper, more effective Amazon influencer review videos, and then you're going to get better conversions and you're going to make those sales.